Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It is the 2nd of October, and it is what day is it? It's a Wednesday. Woo, that was close. And in honor of the new moon annular solar eclipse, we have a moonflower. Look at that. Woo. We also have sunflowers. We do have sunflowers and moonflowers this year. Quite cool. These, as many of you know, just bloom at night. So you got to catch them early in the morning before the sun comes and shrivels them up like it shriveled this one up. That was the other day's moonflower. But you know, the moon waxes and wanes and changes quickly and sneaks in and out of your consciousness, just like the moonflower. So we have a new moon solar eclipse today. The path is not going to be anywhere near us. It's going over the Pacific and the bottom of South America, Chile and Argentina, I believe. And it's going to be going over Easter Island. I don't know if there are other islands in the wake of this, the line of this eclipse, but the solar eclipses lines are very tight. I think they're like maybe 500 miles wide or something like that, which isn't very wide when you think of the expanse of the world. The lunar eclipse, on the other hand, usually deal with half of the world, right? So when the moon gets eclipsed by the sun, half the world experiences it. Half is dark, half is light, just like the moon in a way, just like the yin and yang in a way, right? But when the moon eclipses the sun, which is what happens in a solar eclipse, it's in a very sort of demarcated area. Now, this is happening at 11 degrees of Libra, so if you happen to have anything at 11 degrees of Libra, something is being eclipsed in your chart. Now, for people who are famoso, this is actually on Vladimir Putin's sun. And there are other things going on in the chart that indicate that he is in the crosshairs of something. And a lot of it is surprising, but it doesn't necessarily have to do with, or it might have to do with the eclipse being on his sun. But there are other things in his chart that indicate him being in extraordinary danger. But he's not the only one. The things in the chart that indicate extraordinary danger for Vladimir Putin indicate extraordinary danger for others as well. So people like him, can we say BB, perhaps? But, you know, and of course, this particular eclipse is actually on Trump's, is it his Chiron? It's his Chiron, and I believe his Juno, which is relationships. So it's possible a relationship will break up for him. And of course, if it's something that happens to Putin, it might be that one, right? That would be interesting. But anyway, things are changing, and these are eclipses, and we just have to, we know that things are going to get more intense. I was going to say things are going to get intense, but things are already intense, right? It's not from 0 to 100 here. It's from 100 to 1,000, right? We're already going 100 miles an hour. That being said, it is a new opportunity to relate in a new way. It is a South Node eclipse, so we might be required to let go of an old way of relating before we can enter into a new way of relating. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of the debate, and I really sort of need to sit down with some of the answers, because I was perplexed at times. There were times when these two guys didn't seem that far apart. Now, I don't know if that was just because J.D. Vance was sort of trying to ingratiate himself, not seem like a nut. You know, when he's next to Trump, he seems like a maniac, right? So now he's away from Trump. He's with this fellow politician, really. I mean, we have a governor who used to be a House member and we'll put air quotes on the senator, because he's only been there like a year and a half, 2 years, however many years he's been there. Not a whole lot of experience when it comes to government, which is helpful when you're running for a high office in government. But that's not here nor there. That's not what we're talking about. So anyway, there did seem to be some areas, and I think, honestly, except for the insanity that this drivel that comes out of his mouth, and I'm talking about Mr. Coli, what's his name? Shit. Vance, sorry. Gotta have a little more coffee. Vance, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Where's that coffee? It was interesting. And there seemed to be some policy in there. And the policies sounded like a good idea. Like some of Vance's policies were like, yeah, that's reasonable. And then he's like, and that's what me and Mr. Trump are going to do. And at that point, you're like, no, they're not. No, you're not. He's not going to let you do that. He's going to want to be in charge of everything. And he's not going to go with any kind of plan. He's going to spitball it like he's been spitballing the whole time, right? So, I mean, sounded reasonable, but in the end, probably not an accurate representation of what would happen, I think, if Vance and Trump were to win the election, which I want to just tell you, they're not. Their only chance, I think, is to create so much of a kerfuffle that the Supreme Court sends it to the House of Representatives, one state, one vote, and that's the way that he could win. But I don't even think that the Supreme Court is that crazy. I know what you're thinking. You're like, we didn't think anybody was this crazy. Everything is crazy. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, money talks, and revolution is not profitable, except maybe for Halliburton. But, he's on Kamala's side now, right? So maybe we don't have to worry about that. Maybe we don't have to worry about anything. Damn it, it's an eclipse. Let's visualize the world we want to see, guys. These people are grasping for straws. They're in their last gasp. Remember, Pluto is about ready to turn around and leave Capricorn. And while there's been a lot of valuable lessons about, Pluto's been in Capricorn. Pluto is power, Capricorn is hierarchy. Moving into Aquarius for 2 decades. That's 20 years, guys. Power to the people. Probably be a little messy in the beginning, but we'll deal. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe. From me and Charlie, who's eating his breakfast. Sorry about that. Sorry he's not I know you guys like to see him every morning. And this little moonflower, the could, and is still, and will eventually crumble up. Have a great eclipse. Take care, everyone. Be careful out there. Eclipses are crazy time. Just keep your eyes open, your heart open, and filled with light. Your light is your gift and your protection. Take care, everyone. Namaste.